Hey, how you doing? Just gotta give it like a public safety announcement to link method. I don't know that it's negative SEO, but it is pretty damn effective at taking down websites. So basically, what it is there's this network. My guess is it's probably from India, probably one of the competitors in the page speed optimization niche, more than likely, specifically the WordPress page speed optimization niche, because I was one of the first people to actually offer those services. Mark Luckenbaugh and I opened My Hourly Geek, and page speed optimization was the first thing that came out. That was the first thing that we did. Um, and since then, there's a whole bunch of experts and everything that popped up, and more competition and stuff. But for the most part, I was ranking number one, and often I had the featured sniff for page speed optimization services. And since I only did WordPress page speed optimization, I moved over to that. And in that time, there was a bunch of other competitors that popped up. And since then, there has been a pretty good link building campaign going to my website with variations of the anchor text. Now, these are exact match domains, and they have or exact match domains in for long tail terms, but they're .ml, .ga, .cf, .gq, bunch of weird countries that I would never even think about doing links. And this isn't me like negative SEOing myself. And trust me, I've done that before. Because none of these anchor texts I would even use, like relevant website, WordPress. I mean, that's WordPress would be kind of one that I would use if we're linking to entities and stuff. But I haven't linked to this WordPress SEO service or speed optimization service in quite some time. I do it still. I just don't actively market it. And frankly, it's just it's cool, and I can make a little bit of money off of it. And I'm so good at it, it only takes me probably 15-20 minutes, unless I go down a rabbit hole on websites to knock all this out. But at the end of the, so I'm not like devastated that this is here, and I've dealt with negative SEO campaigns that are way better than this crap. But the reason I wanted to share this with everybody is this stuff works. So if you look at these websites, I'm gonna just go ahead and add this to Disavow. I'm building a new Disavow list. I had all of these on there before, or a bunch of them on there before. But if you look at this websites, and we'll see when this one comes up. They actually respond really slow. So WP Speed Optimization plugin free.cf. That's going to take forever. There's another one. Let's see if this one will open up. Reduce load time. It's a WordPress site. Let me see what it's built with. It's got to populate 7 outbound links. There's redirects in there. What is that? Some redirects. Interesting. And it's WordPress, right? So these are all mass sites, and they're cookie cutter, cookie cutter, cookie cutter. Jeez, I don't know why I can't spit that out. Websites with almost identical content. It's not spun very well. And then they have my links. They have links to my stuff in here. Like, who in their right mind would? I don't know why this would be built. I can't think of a tool that would build this. I don't know. I was thinking Money Robot, and I did a campaign, but that was in 2000. It wasn't in 2019, and I was just dinking around with it. And I wouldn't use that keyword. I wouldn't use that. Money Robot might, but and I might too. but not to the extent. Neither me or the software would do it to the extent of, WordPress. And I got some other ones that were speed, and the other ones that were optimization. And it wasn't like 2 or 3. It was a lot, like hundreds. So I'm going through here and just kind of cleaning all this stuff up. I just kind of want to show you, this, it's lazy. It hurts other people's businesses. I kind of, you can actually go for an argument of having those websites and what you could do with them. Drag queen poses in Marilyn quiz. Really? Let's see what that is. That's funny. Let's see. Optimize WordPress speed plugins. Look, it's a whole site about page speed. And I know now it's not, this isn't Money Robot. Like Money Robot would be a generalization site, right? And it's not my PBNs because I'm not this fuck all lazy. For a PBN, I'd actually build out something really nice. What's this? It's an image link. That's interesting. That's cute. So this is really just it's a dipshit. That's what it is. Let me go back down here. I'm going to do some more. And I'm going to keep disavowing all these. Or what I might do is go submit all these to I'm not going to do it. I was thinking I can go submit them to the Google panel and just get all of these fried. But I'm not a Neg SEO, so I'll do this. And just do Disavow. Ultimately, if you are in the page speed space, I would suggest looking at your anchor text profiles or your backlink profiles and seeing if they pulled your backlinks into this nice, cute little network at the same time. I probably could figure out who's doing this. Most of these sites are run through Cloudflare, and I could actually. And most people are too lazy to do all of the pass through, and you can kind of figure out who ultimately owns these and where these are hosted. And I can do DMCA takedown requests, but they're all foreign country TLDs. My guess is this is coming out of India, and I, not likely going to get any of that taken down. They don't care. So why bother messing with it? I could probably do something maybe through Cloudflare again, but at the end of the day, they're not swiping my content. They're linking to me. And so this stuff works. Like this page was dropping like a tank. I don't know why I wasn't building any links to it or anything. And when you don't build backlinks, you are susceptible to this stuff. And it's sad, but average business owners can get hit with this quite easily, especially in a day where there is a concerted effort to villainize backlinks. You can rank with on-page, just on-page alone. You can do it plenty, right? There's no one's saying that you can't rank with just on-page, but if you don't have a link profile for that page, i.e. this page was ranking damn near with just on-page alone. Even when it was going for page speed optimization services, it was damn near just on-page alone. And I had very few backlinks at all because I didn't need them. And then I saw this tanking, and I was like, what the hell, what's going on? And that could have been, at the time, I didn't even think about looking for a negative SEO campaign. It could have been that some of the competition, those guys are stepping up their game. They're charging a little bit more and charging what they're worth versus doing a race to the bottom, which I like and I truly appreciate. it could have been them investing more money in their backlinking, right? Because I had the page speed optimization featured snippet, page speed optimization service featured snippet. I didn't have the WordPress one. I wasn't even trying to rank for just specifically WordPress. In hindsight, I probably should have done that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because this search doesn't bring a whole lot of clients in and of itself, right? So most of my clients actually came from word of mouth. When it was My Hourly Geek, it was the local client takeover group. And then I went off on my own, and a lot of those people that hired me before or knew of me in that group just kind of came to me on their own. And that's how this business grew. And I'm just doing, this part of the business was probably doing like $12,000 a year at the time. It's not a lot, but when you consider I was optimizing pages for 75, well, at one point I did page optimizations for $25 in exchange for good reviews. And then I offered $75 loyalty coupon for anyone who, just wanted to come back and they wanted to use us to, just knock out this stuff. And then I was charging $97 in general for the first time you order, you pay $97, and then thanks for your order. Here's a loyalty coupon to keep coming back if you want to. And it worked out. That was it's not nothing. $12,000 a year, right? So that's not nothing when you add it into everything else that you're doing. And it doesn't take me all that long to do it. Once you do so many of these page speed optimization service gigs, it's the real trick is learning what the host is and how that host behaves. And once you do that, you can find the plugin combination, the plugin settings combination, and the optimization tools that you need in order to make the website fast enough to load in 3 seconds or faster. And typically I shoot for a second and a half load time. Google wants 3 seconds or faster. Second and a half, I've exceeded the standard, right? And then you get to see some benefit, just depending on how fast your site was before. It could be, more or less, depending on how fast your site was before. So what you see me doing here is it's a disavow file. I'm going to just keep on building this, and you guys really have to do this. People say don't use a disavow unless you get a manual penalty. Even I have said that in advance plenty of times. And frankly, it's because what you're seeing here is like kind of what you got to do. You have to go through one by one and look at these backlinks and see if they're acceptable to you. Because some of these, while they are part of a negative SEO campaign, would provide some ranking juice. Not all of these were bad. Like if there was only 10 or 15 of these, I wouldn't even bother. If there was maybe 30 of these, I probably wouldn't even bother. But I got a lot, right? So these are like I don't know somebody's mini sites, and they're trying to do some. Maybe it wasn't an intended negative SEO campaign, but considering it's my site and all these pages, I'm pretty sure that that's the full intent of this was to negative SEO. It's a lot of wasted time. I mean, you're putting together all these sites, all this effort to negative SEO somebody. You probably could have built a third of those and just ranked your product page above mine. I mean, I wasn't like, it's not like my page was being, I was, actively SEOing for it and trying to do great and wonderful things. But now since you decided to negative SEO my website, I think I'm going to do it and just go ahead and take over the search result again. Again, it's not, this search result doesn't make a whole lot of money. I don't care who you say. You get a lot of your work in this space from referrals and repeat customers. The people that are looking for page speed optimization service typically look elsewhere, or they ask for, who do we go to? That list of names has changed, and it goes up and down based off of the time of day and who's talking about page speed optimization the most. It is kind of important right now because of Core Web Vitals. And my guess is whoever initiated this anticipated that Core Web Vitals was somehow going to be a big deal and result in a whole lot of customers. So they wanted to get their competition out of the way. I happen to be one of them. I didn't analyze it anymore to see if I'm the only one that got hit by this. I probably could if I wanted to, but honestly, at this point, I don't really care. So just do some more. I don't want to lose my place. Check all of those. And I'm doing disavow the domain. So as I do more of this, it actually clicks off. But you can see, man, that's a lot. Now, let's say you're a business owner right now and you're looking at this and going, oh my God, what happens if that happens to me? First, you really have to be aware of it. And if you stay on top of this and you don't let this get out of control, like, in my case, I did, just because I wasn't paying attention, then you're going to be okay. If you got a good SEO, they're looking at your link profile, and they'll spot this stuff as to pretty quickly if they're used to building their own backlinks, and you're not doing it too. You're not going and building a whole bunch of crazy backlinks as a client. And I know there are people who do that. And sometimes it helps the SEO campaign, and sometimes it hurts because you're not necessarily in concert with your SEO provider, your SEO strategist. But if you have a consultant, an SEO consultant, and they're telling you, you can do that, or they help you look through your link profile, on a call using a few tools, they can probably spot this stuff pretty quick. You look at the anchor text; it pops out, right? Optimization. No, I wouldn't do that. Rated URLs. I do URL. Not gonna lie. But if I did it, WordPress compress images free.tk, optimize WordPress.gq. If I did that, that would imply that I owned a private blog network, and I was using that private blog network specifically to rank. Now, that would look like a pattern to the Google search algorithm, and you can kind of take that pattern, WP blog listings, devalue and see the pattern over and over again, and then devalue all those backlinks. And that's essentially what happened here is the bot thinks that I built all of these links, right? And so, ergo, it's punishing my website. Now, Google says, oh, negative SEO is not a thing. Well, either you believe that, and as you can see, you probably shouldn't, or Google SEO thinks that there's not enough people practicing SEO, negative SEO, and that ergo, negative SEO is not a thing. And if you are dropping rankings from backlinks, it's probably something that you're doing, which is more of the implication that I would understand from them, right? But you can see here that negative SEO with links, in particular, using this anchor text, using these exact match and partial match domains, it works. It works really, really well. Let me save this one. And I think I have Rank Tracker open. Yeah, there we go. And WordPress page speed optimization. And let's see. Yeah, see, I wasn't too bad. I was on page 1 for most of it. And then come January, down to 26, down to 41, back to 26. I think, what the hell is going on? And right around here, I actually did a disavow file. I think that one's, nope. Yeah, I updated here. Yeah, because I was like, what's going on? So I updated the page on Quora, like, what is going on? And I didn't have Majestic at the time. I was just using Ahref. Ahref didn't see as many of these, and I didn't notice the pattern. And then I got a Majestic's account, and Majestic was loaded with them, and that's when I knew. So right around here, I submitted a disavow file. See, it came up just a little bit. I was going back down because they're building more as we go here for some reason. And then now I'm running SEO Spyglass, and I can see even more. And we're almost done here. And the reason I want to show you this is kind of how I handle disavow file stuff. It's one thing to send the disavow file, but you have to let Google know that you did it. And in order to do that, you submit the disavow file, you wait a couple days, and then you send the list of the URLs that you're disavowing to Google via a crawl. And so that disavow file actually gets applied. And I say a couple days, like wait at least 48 hours. You want that list in there. You want it propagated. And then you get the recrawl. You're forced to recrawl on all of these. And then that process helps kick in that disavow file a little bit faster. It is not. I repeat this. It is not 100% foolproof. Like you see, did the disavow file 25, 26. I was up at 9 and 10, which is, that's totally fine with me. And then I got down to 40. So I got half of it with one disavow file. The other half is going to take more backlinks. I'm just going to have to start doing backlink building on this page. And that's, honestly, it sucks because I just wanted to be on page 1. It's a thing. It's kind of like a business card. I'm not competing with you. I'm not trying to be number 1. I wasn't trying to take your business because, at $97, well, my service is $147 now, but that a pop does not make a living unless you're doing like 5 of those a day. If you do 5 a day, then you're good. You can make a really good living off of this stuff, right? But I wasn't even trying to do that. I just wanted to be on page 1. The bottom of page 1 was totally fine with that. It was a nice little business card thing. Hey, look, I'm competing against these people, and I'm doing okay. But instead, we get to deal with this crap. The other thing that there is too is a lot of people talk about my quote unquote public facing websites. And this is why I don't put a whole lot of effort into them. Because when you do, and then you identify your websites to the public, inevitably there's going to be a jackass around the world, more often more than one, that does this crap to you. Because you show, hey, look what I can do. And then they go, oh, yeah, well, they do this junk. And you see it all but one of those I disavowed. Well, there's a couple more. Let me see. I can sort it. 1744, all but 8 I'll be disavowing. And that's just stupidness. Let me go here. I'm going to clear all this. Do that. This is to the domain wide. 2,300 backlinks. For nothing. Let's see. I gotta figure out how to pull that disavow file. Will it create a disavow file for me? Reports. Strength. Some more junk backlinks. But I know what those are. That was just me thinking around with some tools way back in the day. Backlinks. So I want to. And that information is not carried over to the side? What the hell? There you go. And look, I still missed some. Oh, so I gotta do some more. Still looking for more, so that's why I'm going silent. And then I have to Google how to download the disavow file out of here. I mean, it doesn't do me any good in this tool to be able to mark them as disavow if it's not going to make a disavow file. That's just dumb. It's just I don't know why they would even do that. Yes, I am disavowing Blogspot. Recommend that you do the same. I have some tests that I soon will be releasing to the public to show you exactly why. As always, I'm sure there'll be some people that are pissed off about that idea. But you know what? I will get over it because the tests don't lie, right? So be on the lookout for that. And I'm going to continue doing this. I should play some music, but I'm not going to. You guys can have the Jeopardy theme song in your head as we look through these. I'm going to go ahead and just do these now real quick so I don't lose my place. And I'm pretty sure I caught most of these blog spots inside when I was doing a link audit in Ahrefs and Majestic and SEMrush. Combined all of those, combined my thing, and then built my disavow file. And more than likely, I probably got most of these domains already on there. But I just want to make sure. I just want to, put an end to this a little bit as I can, as much as I can. Obviously, there'll be more that pop up, and we'll run this once a month, and we'll see. And then I'll have to build some other links to counteract this trash. And it's, this is something that you guys need to be aware of, is that this stuff, Google and I say the white hat crowd, I kind of pick on them a little bit, but they send us misinformation out that you don't have to worry about those. Google knows. And Google won't penalize you for it, and it's fine. And negative SEO with links is dead. And I've showed you the rank tracker. Clearly, negative SEO with links is not dead. You can see it here working just fine, and it's detrimental. It can be really detrimental. If this was a big money making keyword for me, one, I wouldn't have never let it get this far. I would have caught it a lot faster because I've been monitoring it more. But two, I could have lost a whole lot of money. And think of it this way: let's say you're a local business and you're paying for SEO. $2,000 a month, for example. You're working hard, you're doing your job, you're doing everything you're supposed to do, and then some jerk off does this, and you don't know any better, and you're like, you don't look at them, you don't see these, you probably never would have caught this unless you're looking at your backlink profile a lot, and then this happens to you. And then you get told, "Oh, don't worry, Google will ignore those bad backlinks," and you believe them. And now, how much revenue have you lost? What if this service wasn't making me? I think right now I probably make about $500 a month off of this service, tops. I'm not promoting it, right? But what if this was a roofer, and they did this to you, and you can make $15,000 to $30,000 on a roof, and because you listen to someone saying that, oh no, Google knows those, Google will defend you from negative SEO. You believe that. How much money would you have lost before you actually got around to doing this? Before you got around to cleaning your backlink profile, how much money would you have lost in a couple months? Let's say you close one roof a week, $15,000 for each roof is your profit. That's a lot of damn money, and it was this easy. Some anchor text, some partial match long tail domains, and a little bit of time. And they kicked in, and they took my website down, or took the page down in the search results, right? So I think you guys should probably get your butts over to your link tool, Ahrefs and Majestic and SEMrush. If you don't have accounts over there, get with your buddies and pull your backlinks, and then go through this process. Do what I'm doing. See if it's happened to you, and then put that on your calendar once a quarter, if you want to, or if you're in a high competition market, once a month, and make sure that this stuff is not coming. And learn a lesson from me. I told you I was just using only Ahrefs. I knew that they had different databases. I knew they were vastly different. I just didn't want to pay for Majestic. And if I hadn't signed up for Majestic for the reason that I did at the time, this would have been a whole lot worse because I wouldn't have seen it. And I wouldn't even have thought to fire Spyglass up because it's just a pain in the to run this software sometimes. And why fight with this software when I got my Ahrefs, right? But I saw this in Ahrefs while I was cleaning up that Blogspot stuff, and then and now I'm trying to correct the damage that the white hat crowd says that I shouldn't have from backlinks. Backlinks should not create a negative SEO situation for me, right? Google's smart enough. They know better. They look at that. Well, guess what? If you're using anchor text on really bad sites, that kind of makes sense to the algorithm. They can still negative SEO you with links. And it's pretty damn effective. I'd say myself. I am somewhat, I don't want to say impressed. I'm not impressed. This is just, I wouldn't even be impressed if this was somebody else and that they were paying me to do this link cleanup. Excuse me. This is just, lazy garbage. And that's kind of, if you think about it this way, someone that is competing for page speed optimization services did this, and now they want you to trust them with access to your website in the back end. A lot of those guys ask for a server. The only reason you would ask for the server when you're doing a page speed optimization gig is if the PHP is, running a 5.4 or 5.6 or 7.3, and you want to update the PHP. Most shared hosting suppliers don't have that, by the way. They don't give you the option. You have to request it, and more often than not, they tell you no. Because if they do it, they're doing it to the whole server, to everybody, and then they're opening themselves up to more support tickets, and that's why they don't update PHP very often on those support or those shared servers, right? So anyway, that's the only reason you would do it. If you had a server access and you're using your own dedicated server, there's things you can do with Apache and all that stuff too. If you want to get into all of that, but really at the end of the day, it's just the power of your server. How much core processor, how much memory does it have, and how much bandwidth access does it have? If those are all numbers that are pretty good from a page speed optimization thing, you can set up Nginx if you want to and stuff. Really, at the end of the day, you don't need it as long as your gzip is plugged in and turned on. You're all set. So that leaves your access to your WordPress, right? So you're someone that is offering this service is now wanting you to, what the heck is that? SEO mofo. That's weird. From coupon.com. I'm gonna add that just because it's weird. They're adding the there's another one. PPC here, opencoupon.com. What is that? That's weird. So anyway, they want you to trust them with their betting and gaming.net. Wow. There's some junk in here too. They want you to trust them with all that login information, access to your site, and access to your business. And what's stopping them from using your cPanel, the information that you gave them, uploading a backdoor file using PHP into your server, and then saying, "Hey, look, and optimizing your website barely," and it's optimizing your website, guys. It's not rocket science. I had to learn it. I learned it myself. I learned how to optimize my website on a HostGator account of all things before I, wised up and moved to a better server. And So if I can learn it, you guys can learn it too. It just, it just takes some time, and most people just don't have time. So that's why they pay service providers. It balances out the time. Anyway, so it's odd to me that those are the same people that probably did this. Oh, we want your what the hell is this? We want access to your website. Can I have access to your website? And you know what? I think I just unclicked all of those. Damn it. I think most of these are okay anyway. I'm just going to do this quick scan. Jigsy. A lot of 2.0 stuff. I got to test all that 2.0 stuff. I did a test on the Blogger, and that's why I know we got the Disavow blogspot. I got to test the rest of that, see if it's hurting us now. If it is, it's no big deal. You just disavow it. You can go through and delete it if you want to. Either way, it's best to disavow it. And I'm just doing a quick scan because I'm pretty positive I got most of those now. Still looking. Yeah, that's there. Desk, unspoiled news. Yeah, here's one. There's another blogspot. Blogspot. It says I'm disavowing the entire domain. What I'm actually doing is the subdomain is listed in this tool, and that's totally fine. You can do Blogspot, the entire domain, if you want to, blogspot.com. However, I recommend, things change, codes taken in, codes putting out, and things changed. So, it's easier to, maybe down the road, Blogspot's not as a toxic site anymore. And you can use it again. By that time, these sites that are here, I think a few of them are, a couple of them are mine. I probably used some tools and stuff to create those back in the day. And then maybe some are coming from some 301 stuff. Bought some old agencies, that kind of stuff. And maybe it was in their sites and is passed on through 301. So if they flip the switch and make those okay to use again, then you can just go in and use them. Just start new ones, right? Start a new one for your brand. I still say you keep using it for a brand site and you're talking about, just do not link to your website, and then you'll be okay. You can still use it as a brand property, so that you can reach out, and it's another web page that you can optimize and rank for your target keywords. Just don't link to your website, and then that's a totally fine use case to go with. Let's see. Now, let's Google. What is this? Check SEO. What the hell is this? It's just a test. That's interesting. SEO Spyglass. Download. Disavow. How to swat. That's nice. That's nice. I can tell you right here, ask webmasters. Yeah, don't waste your time. You will waste more time doing that than they will spend actually reading your emails. Don't even do it. Don't even bother. Select the toxic domains. Decide if you want URL domain. Add comments. Review the list. After you've added the list, go to preferences. Disavow blacklist. So preferences. Disavow blacklist. Choose disavow. And okay. That didn't do it. Export. Done. I will put it here for now because I have another one somewhere else. And we'll keep that one right there. Good. So we got that done. And now I want to go to backlinks, and I want to save. Pardon my dogs. I get to deal with that every once in a while. What I'm doing now is actually I'm going to download the URLs. I specifically want the URLs. Right? So I disavowed them, and then you have these pages that are linking to my content, right? So I'm going to take that. This is actually, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait 2 days. But this is this is what you want to force recrawl. So every time you do a disavow file and you build that up, you want to take all of those links. I went too far. I'm not in the not disavowed section. I mean, it wouldn't hurt if I force recalled the whole thing, but I really want to get these disavowed ones. So every time you do it, you can't just submit the domains. You have to submit these URLs to an indexer, a crawler. I use Colinkery. You have to submit those with it like 72. Wait at least 2 days and then 3 days prior to be safe, and then submit them there, and that will actually trigger the application of the disavow file. If you don't do it and Google never recrawls these pages, you never get that pseudo penalty that it's not a penalty, it's more of a devaluing of your page. You'll never see it if you don't force that recrawl, and that's something that I learned using link research tools, and it's a really good tool. It's just really stupid expensive, so I don't do it all that much. So we're gonna go here. Let's get back into doing what we're doing. Let's see, date added. There's my disavow. And I think I got another disavow file in here, but I'm not really getting it. So we're just going to go to Google disavow. Open this up. Select properties. Download your last one. Open it up. And then I'm going to copy this one, and I'm just going to add it to this one. And you notice I don't have any URLs. I just have backlinks. Control A. I'm going to save that. Make sure that's saved. And then, you know what I want to do? I don't care if there's deeps in there. Like, I'll submit them together. It's not going to kill anything, right? But let me see. Yeah, there's some URLs right there. You can do it like this, like out here. See, there's domains and then there's URLs. You can mix them. That comment line is not necessarily needed. You don't have to have that in there. Just kind of what the tools that I was using to build those up, kind of added that in there. But let's look at this. I just want to see if this works. And this is a cool tool you guys can try out. This is called SEO Ruler. There's a desktop version. Don't worry about this. Pablo's fixing it. Let me see. Custom phrases. It may be in the other one. Oh, there it is. Deep. Here, this goes here. Paste. 1352. Remove duplicate lines. 130 of them. Yeah, sorry, I already disavowed most of them. That's 130 domains. But that's okay. I'm totally fine doing that. I'm going to replace. I want to download. I'll do date added. This is the one I downloaded. And I just updated. 508 should go up. 1343. There we go. Now, 3 days. I'll wait 3 days, and then I'll recrawl it. And then maybe I'll shoot another video to show you what we got out of it.